We still trivialize when we speak of circumcision, an act which is in fact cruel mutilation. Usually the unsuspecting girls are just about to start school when their alleged great day arrives. What follows, however, when the circumciser applies her bloody knife is a brutal injury from which the girls will suffer all of their lives. Globally, some 150 million women are affected, including those in Germany. Although the bloody ritual is forbidden in many countries, the number of mutilated girls even continues to rise, also in Africa. Our correspondent Vanna Zeppenfeld was therefore particularly impressed when he encountered a true cultural revolution among the Kisii people of Western Kenya. There, men and women have begun to work together to combat circumcision. And they do this not only peacefully, but cheerfully and in high spirits.
It's a happy day in Mosocho. All of these girls have escaped a terrible tradition that appeared ineradicable among the Kisii of Western Kenya. These mothers are celebrating with them. A guest of honor is carried aloft, a professor from Fulda who set the whole process in motion many years ago. The local VIPs on stage watch. The group of girls on the lawn sings of women's right to an undamaged body. Why should we be circumcised, asks Belista. Why can't we remain as God made us? 400 girls proudly wear the yellow T-shirts of the movement against genital mutilation. Among them is 5-year-old Maureen. She is still a bit shy, but her mother Rose knows exactly what she does not want.
She has said no to cut her clitoris. She said never to cut my clitoris. I don't want to see anybody cutting the clitoris of mine. Let it stay with me.
Lately, even little children in Mosocho talk about the most intimate things as a matter of course. At Rose's house, too. Her 2 daughters help pick some maize for dinner. This would have been the time for little Maureen to be circumcised before she starts school, and someone would have noticed an absence of several weeks. Circumcision is officially prohibited in Kenya. Angelina, the older girl, already refused to be circumcised last year. Rose was still told that she would have no chance of marriage if she weren't circumcised. The bitter irony, later she didn't even want to marry.
I know that those who are circumcised, we usually get problems during birth, also during sex. Yeah. So I have to support the uncut.
In my day, we were completely ignorant, says grandmother Agnes, but I don't want my grandchildren to go through this anymore. It all began someday at school, Angelina reports. Rose recalls Angelina's outrage when she came home.
You see how they cut? It's like cutting the finger. And then she told me, this is the penis. They cut only the skin. They didn't cut. Why don't they cut the part of the penis, all, but not the skin?
Our bodies. All of the schools in the district now offer education on the subject as part of the curriculum. Thanks to a number of seminars, teachers have become well-informed opponents of the tradition of circumcision. First, they spared their own children, and now they save whole classes. By now, all pupils can explain the female anatomy, including the lifelong consequences of the allegedly tiny cut.
You had me teaching, mentioning the words which we should never mention outside the bedroom. Now we mention just to people freely. So that's why we say it is a unique approach, and it's really working. And we thank the Germans for bringing that kind of approach.
The project was developed at this center. Even former circumcisers meet here now. The women play act what they used to do to their victims by the hundreds. They express feelings that were always suppressed on both sides. Children exposed to their knives were permitted neither to run away nor to cry. They had to be proud. This German social worker lives with the people here. She listens to them, makes suggestions, but never judges. Not even during such attempts at explanation.
Sometimes the husband, when he's jailed,
or when is working at Nairobi, the woman can get out and look after the men. So they said it's good to reduce the sex.
The social workers from the German city of Fulda have inspired a genuine cultural revolution in the land of the Kisi. Claudia Wegener has understanding even for the women with the knives. In a few weeks, they will be multipliers and role models for the mothers who take their children to them to be circumcised and then return home and say, "The circumciser convinced me. I will bring my child to this celebration." That's just unbelievable, isn't it? In such a short time. Sometimes it seems like a miracle even to me. At the public celebration, they, the former perpetrators, promise never to mutilate a girl's body again. They also make a personal promise to Professor Hinkelmann from Fulda, who founded the project. She hands the women yellow T-shirts bearing the public confession: "I was a circumciser and I decided to stop." Little Maureen and all the other uncircumcised girls receive official certificates stating that they are, nevertheless, omoiseke, equal members of the Kisi community and marriageable when they get older. And then the men have their moment. Their enthusiasm is not as self-evident. After all, the end of circumcision disrupts the order of the family. The patriarch's throne is shaking. Kisi women are becoming more self-confident. When men reflect on their joyless married lives, however, they can arrive at late insights.
She's tired all the time. She's tired. Why? I've come to learn that it is because of that thing which is not there. And that's why now I have to appreciate it. I have to appreciate her the way she is, because she didn't know and we didn't know what was going on.
They celebrate this recognition together, men and women, circumcisers and girls. A joyous farewell to a custom that, in future, will no longer mutilate little bodies and spirits in Mosocho.